Hi, everybody. I'm Joyanna McMahon. I'm an education specialist for the celiac disease program at Children's National. I hope everyone is enjoying and having a happy new year. I'm here today to discuss with you guys some easy and safe meal prep ideas for gluten-free cooking. We're going to examine some online grocery and meal delivery services. So basically ways to make your lives easier while you can still prepare nice meals for your family. So some topics we're going to discuss are some benefits and drawbacks of in-store shopping and how it's different from online groceries, and what the drawbacks or for each are. We're also going to discuss why you might want to examine or try an online grocery service. We're going to take a look at some of the different grocery delivery services that are available, and also discuss some of the ones that Vanessa and I have already used, and some things we found that were great or challenging about them. Kind of goes along with our pitfalls, as I said. And then we're going to take a look at some meal delivery services, where they actually essentially send you all the ingredients you need, as well as a recipe for you to prepare the meal at home, and how each of these companies ensure safe gluten-free food for you. And then we'll close with some question and answers. So without further ado, let's get started. So we do have a couple disclosures to give. So HelloFresh, Blue Apron, and Tara's Kitchen did provide complimentary week-long trials of their services for this presentation. No complimentary services were provided from Instacart, Peapod, Amazon Fresh, Fresh Direct, Plated, Sunbasket, or Safeway at Home. However, the opinions provided are completely my own and based on personal experience with each service. So we all know Dr. Bear. So here are some benefits of in-store grocery shopping. It's always great to be able to browse the aisles and find new products. Sometimes being able to find a new company's gluten-free product that you didn't know existed previously. You're able to pick your own products, especially produce. Some people always are very intolerant of not being able to touch their fruit and produce and examine it for themselves before getting it. You also have store staff available to answer questions. I know, especially with gluten-free products, sometimes it's really helpful when you're examining a label and the product does not actually say it's gluten-free, but there's nothing that's a red flag. So it's easy to sometimes be able to flag over a manager and ask for more direct information about the product. There's also a wide variety of products. Again, you know exactly what is in stock, and can also sometimes even flag someone down to see if there's more in the back that hasn't been put out onto the floor yet. Those are all things that you can't get from the comforts of your own home. And you can shop anytime stores are open, which nowadays, that's pretty often. I mean, there's so many grocery stores that are 24 hours now, or even open on holidays. Gone are the days where people are really having those like kind of 9 to 5 sort of grocery store hours where you're kind of landlocked into particular times of shopping. And you can also interact with the community and see friendly faces. Sometimes you even run into a friend that you haven't seen in a while. Like, for instance, I remember just grocery shopping the other day and running into a close friend of mine in the parking lot, being able to catch up. So some drawbacks of in-store shopping. You actually have to go to the store, put on clothes, get out the door. Traffic, lines, crowds, especially around holidays. I mean, I remember I ran out of something right before Thanksgiving and hated the idea of having to go out to the store and run out and grab that last ingredient. It's sometimes challenging to shop with kids. Who's kidding who? Putting those kids in the cart and loading them up. I mean, you have to deal with the, I want this, or even just dealing with the temper tantrum in the store as they're tired. So yeah, those are obviously all the, the plus and minus of it all. But they also can be great helpers, and there is something really nice about shopping with them as well. I know it's really fun, especially with the little miniature grocery cart. My son loves driving the little cart around the store and picking out some of the items for me and learning about how to grocery shop and pick out things. So there is something really special about a grocery store experience with the kids too. So now there's online grocery shopping, the benefits. You can sit on the couch in your PJs when ordering food. come on. Again, really helpful for those times you forget something, or I know we're traveling back from the holidays after New Year's, and it's going to be very beneficial to be able to get my Instacart order together in the car on the ride home while my husband's driving. That can't be beat. And then my groceries will be waiting for me without me having to worry about running out the door as soon as we get home to grab grocery and my milk and my groceries. You can pick a time that works for you. Make sure that you program it in to be a time that it's not going to be around nap time, but you can have it delivered right after or have it left on the porch, whatever works for you. And your all hours, you are not bound by store hours. You can shop 24/7. I sat there at 11 o'clock at night on the couch and programmed my order to have it delivered the following day, first thing in the morning. And there's last minute additions. You forget something, you can add in an item until the specified cutoff, like basically 11 p.m. for the next day delivery, or in some cases, like an hour before they start shopping. And as I said, you can choose the delivery time. Some services offer same day delivery, others ask you to pick a window. It depends on the service that you're ordering. Like I know there's same day Costco, which has some of the things that are immediately in the warehouse, like some of their fresh produce and stuff. And they also have the 2-day order, which everything comes from the warehouse. So different grocery store online services. There's Whole Foods Market that we're going to be examining or discussing via Instacart, Giant Foods via Peapod, Safeway via Safeway Delivers, and then there's online only services, which is Fresh Direct and Amazon Fresh. So those will be the ones that we're going to be discussing today. So Whole Foods Market via Instacart it's through the instacart.com or mobile app. Now, we're going to discuss Whole Foods, but I do also want to make you aware that there are a bunch of other grocery stores that are available through Instacart as well. I know in the Fairfax location around where I live, we have Wegmans, Earth Fare, Whole Foods, even Total Wine now, Costco, Giant. There's basically every grocery store imaginable available in the Instacart app now, which is really helpful because there's times when maybe one is not available or there's a particular thing you might need, but you know perhaps another grocery store has it. You can change over immediately to get the other grocery store instead. You can have adjoining orders almost going on at once. It really does make it very easy to grocery shop online with them. But the Whole Foods one, you put in your zip code, you select Whole Foods Market, delivery is available in as little as 1 hour through a personal shopper. It really cannot be beat. And they have over 2,000 items tagged gluten-free. So, and you can really go through and they got you even to their gluten-free bakery products, and they save a lot of your favorite items. So it's really very easy to navigate and use. You can grocery shop by aisle. So you can fill all the grilled products, meat, seafood, vegan, vegetarian, condiments, produce, dairy, snacks. I mean, as you can see, the interface is very easy to see where all of the items would be, just as you'd be going up and down the grocery aisles in your regular store. And pick your products by, yeah. So you can also just type in gluten-free and the gluten-free products come up. So as I said, they'll show you the baked good items. They will show you the gluten-free breads that are available. It will show you the flours, the crackers. All of it comes up immediately. Just search into the search term and the most popular options appear. You could also even specify and say like gluten-free bread, or I know I've gone in and put in like gluten-free hamburger buns and they come up available, what they have. And you can also go up and down even in the aisles in the separate sections and see, like for instance, if you went into the snack item and put in gluten-free, you can see then what they would bring up available that you might not even have known about. I like it even on sometimes in finding products I didn't know existed. You kind of get into a little bit of rut sometimes, I feel like, where you just have your tried and true, and those are the ones you usually glance and go for immediately on the off the shelf in the grocery store. Whereas I've had products that have come up in the interface on the online service that I didn't even know. Like for instance, I found the Jillian's brand through them, where they have this fantastic gluten-free chocolate double fudge cake. And I had never even tried the Jillian's brand before because I hadn't necessarily seen it on the shelf in the grocery store. But it came up immediately in my Instacart search. And then I was like, okay, sure, I'll try that. And I was really glad I did. So it's definitely often, you talk about the fact that you think almost the store is going to expose you to more. I'm not sure that's always necessarily even the case in some of the experiences I've had. Then we have Giant Foods via Peapod. So it's also, again, easy to access. You can go right through peapod.com, or they do also have a mobile app. You can enter your address to confirm delivery area. They have next day delivery available. So you do have to plan for it slightly more than on Instacart. You can, again, shop aisle by aisle, and they have food from a Peapod warehouse that is provided for you. So it's not a personal shopper coming from the store directly, which means they oftentimes do have more available than perhaps just through Instacart, because the Instacart is only going to have like what's on the floor in the store. However, what's nice about Peapod is they have access to specials and coupons, where in Instacart, they do have some that are available in their sale bracket of the store, but you don't necessarily have some of these same access to the specials that are in the in-service flyers or things that come in, the mail kind of idea. So you'll see their interface is, again, fairly straightforward. You see the meat, produce, they have it all set, again, divided up by the aisles of the grocery store. They have the weekly fresh picks and all those type of things. From the website's home screen, you can, again, enter in the gluten-free icon to enter the gluten-free marketplace. This is actually, they have it even separate for you, which is really nice, as opposed to having to actually type in the gluten-free like you do on Instacart. And you'll see they even have like a cute little phrase that speaks to the gluten-free customer, the good gut without banishing bread. And they have a ton of gluten-free options to choose from, which is really nice. So you can search the gluten-free products by section. They have all of the breads here and the bakery, and you can see all the prices listed immediately too. So yeah, that's the Giant Peapod delivery service. So now we're going to do Fresh Direct, which is online only. So you can go in through freshdirect.com or, again, through their mobile app. The food is sourced from 60 different local farms and artisans to select fruit, vegetables, meat, seafood, all high-quality products. It's also really nice that you're supporting some local vendors, and a lot of it's all organic, or it's locally grown, so it's really healthy and good for you. So if you're someone that really is a strong advocate or believes strongly in those type of, non-GMO, all that type of idea of really wanting to know more about what you're eating, Fresh Direct is a great option to try. The prices are comparable to local stores as well, which is great. And they do have different specials and coupons that you can also use as well. So again, you have the gluten-free search here. So you'll see the interface is pretty straightforward. You have everything divided up into categories again. You can enter search term gluten-free, and they'll show you the chef-prepared entrees made with gluten-free ingredients. So they're advertising even some of the offerings that they have that are gluten-free. They have a link that you can buy right off of that to get something so if you don't feel like cooking that night and you want to know that there's going to be something that's going to be delivered already prepared, you can even get that available in a gluten-free option. And you can also refine your search items by individual categories that will be gluten-free as well. So when it comes to the ingredient allergen guides, so they do all provide ingredient information for all of their products, which is fantastic. And they also, even in the warning section, show you if there's anything that, so for instance, if you have a dairy allergy or any other dietary restrictions, they'll have that come up in the warning label. I know there's a period of time where I was nursing my daughter and I was staying away from soy and dairy in addition to gluten. And I loved the fact that I could find out really easily just by looking at the ingredient and warning labels if there was any soy or dairy in there in addition to gluten. So that was very helpful. So in Amazon Fresh, which is online only, you go right into the Amazon.com or mobile app. Products and prices resemble traditional grocery stores. I actually like it because the prices are actually often even cheaper than the grocery store, especially now that they've teamed up with Whole Foods. It's really awesome to go through Amazon Fresh sometimes. So they have some specials, but rarely coupons. But again, you're getting the prices usually already at a lower reduced rate sometimes. So you kind of have that whole weighing of the balancing of, does it actually, you almost come out ahead anyway. And also sometimes, since they've teamed up with Whole Foods, you'll have actually some offers on Whole Foods products that they're discounting for them. So from the home screen, you could enter the gluten-free store. So again, they already have it divided for you on the gluten-free products, which is really awesome. And you even see some of the ads are targeted at gluten-free products because, as you know, that's always kind of the overseeing big brother aspect of Amazon, as you know, that they target ads based off of your search results. So over time, they kind of memorize the fact that you're going to be looking for gluten-free products, and then they tailor their ads for you, which, you know, is nice in its own way. And they also show, you know, you see some of the fair prices and free ideas. So yeah, it's really, as I said, I have found it to be very definitely beneficial to go through them on gluten-free products in general. Now, some of the dangers of online grocery stores are all the products they're saying are gluten-free actually gluten-free in their stores? And that's maybe. I have found that you definitely do have to be on top of things. Instacart, Peapod, Fresh Direct, mostly yes. I have found them to be pretty safe, pretty on top of their search engine, and making sure that the things you're typing in and they're saying are coming up in their gluten-free searches. They are generally all correct. Other services, not always. So you definitely want to make sure that you are double checking everything. So let's take a look at some of the ideas that I'm actually saying to even specify that. So for instance, Safeway, there's a lot of snags in their online code. When you type in gluten-free, you'll see like the Nature's Own whole grain wheat sugar-free came up. Definitely not a gluten-free option when you see that it has whole grain wheat right in the title there. And then yes, they have the char that came up in addition to, but as I said, you definitely want to make sure when you're having a gluten-free item coming up that you're not getting caught by free something else coming up in their online code instead. Yeah, sugar-free, not the same thing. Again, they typed in gluten-free. So you went into gluten-free cookies, you typed cookies, you put in gluten-free, and you'll see that the honeygram char gluten-free honeygrams did come up. But at the same time, nut-free came up. Definitely not the same thing. So unfortunately, it seems that just Safeway's online code, any type you put in free comes up in addition to gluten-free options. They're not necessarily specifying like what comes before the word free. So it's definitely something that is very worrisome as you're shopping their online service. Yeah, fat-free, nut-free, yeah, definitely not the same thing. Amazon Fresh does also have some snag in their online code. You enter the search term gluten-free crackers. You see the Glutino sea salt crackers came up, but Ritz crackers also came up. So definitely not gluten-free, and again, something that it could be an easy trap to fall into if you're not on top of. So now we're going to look at the fee breakdowns by these services. So Instacart, you'll see it's $5.99 for purchases more than $35. They do also have a $9.99 delivery fee for purchases less than $35. However, they do also offer an annual membership. You pay $149 upfront, and you get free delivery on all your orders of $35 or more. So if this is something that you feel you're going to be using on a regular basis, it definitely is beneficial to sign up for the annual membership. It kind of, the money definitely washes itself and makes it worth it. Peapod, you have a $60 order minimum. So if you're not doing a full haul of groceries for the week, it's not always necessarily worth it. Yeah, it's definitely not worth it if like, hey, I forgot milk and I'm desperately in need of it. I'm not going to go through Peapod just to get my milk. You have your $9.95 delivery fee for purchases ranging from $60 to $100. And no matter what, there's always going to be a $6.95 delivery fee for purchases over $100. So there's no way you're not getting a delivery fee with Peapod. Safeway is a $49 minimum order. They have a $12.95 delivery fee for purchases less than $150. So they definitely have the highest of the delivery fees. And they still have a $9.95 delivery fee for purchases even more than $150. So again, you're never getting away from the delivery fee from Safeway. Fresh Direct is $40 minimum per order. They have a $7.99 delivery fee for all orders, and they do also offer an annual membership of $129 for free delivery on all orders over $40. So again, if it's something that you see yourself using on a regular basis, if you've shopped it and decided you've liked it and something your family feels comfortable pursuing, it's worth probably signing up for the annual membership. So at-home meal delivery services, now we're going to go into sort of the recipe option where they send you the ingredients and you can prepare them from home. So meal delivery services, the big picture overall, you select usually a number of meals that you want for the week and they have them delivered. They most require like 2 or 3 meals per week for you to choose from. You pick the specific recipes you want them to send. They then give the ingredients shipped to your home. So everything that you would need to prepare the item will be sent to you in individual packages, already measured out for you even. And then you do the cooking. So finding gluten-free meals at some of these options. So Blue Apron, we'll start with first. Blue Apron does not sort meals by ingredients, special diet, or allergens. So unfortunately, you do need to be the one doing the sorting through the recipes to determine its safety. They do at least list all of the ingredients up front, so you can see pretty easily if there should be anything that would contain gluten. So for instance, in this summer squash enchilada option, you'll see the 8-flour tortilla would be what would stand out. So you either can make the choice to try calling and see if they would make a substitute for you, or if you can just provide corn tortillas for yourself and know that you're obviously not going to put your cooked prepared meal on the flour tortillas provided. HelloFresh labels each recipe for special diets, including the gluten-free items. So, however, they only have 3 total meal options per week. So of that, there's usually only 1 gluten-free option for the family per week. So that does get a little bit limiting. That you know that you have to have more items that you're choosing to have sent to you. And you really only have like 1 gluten-free option that you can get. So they are limited overall choices for families, but there are more options available for their non-family plan, but it depends obviously how much you're looking to have sent to you. Tara's Kitchen. If you click on the menu and pricing tab, you can select dietary restrictions. So gluten-free would be your preference that would come up. That means then they would only show you the gluten-free options already targeted, and ingredients have gone through from them. They're saying they're gluten-free. And there's always gluten-free options available. They have many. They have about 26 options here that came up. So they definitely have a good range of options. They're very tasty and very healthy as well. So there's a lot of variety in their gluten-free options for you. Plated has a no gluten ingredients tab in their section each week. They typically have about 9 gluten-free options available to choose from. And Sunbasket is another one. They have an entire gluten-free meal plan. So it's fantastic. You know that as you're even going into it, they're putting you on a gluten-free meal plan, which essentially they're only going to be sending you the gluten-free recipes to choose from. And they usually have about 10 different recipes available, and then you can choose 3 gluten-free meals each week. They also have dairy-free and soy-free options listed on their gluten-free meal plan page. So how gluten-free are the gluten-free meals? Blue Apron is really hard to tell. There's very little information available and given. I would honestly say I'm not too comfortable on my own doing Blue Apron, but that's just me. So obviously, if you feel more comfortable, that's up to you. It depends how comfortable you are sorting through ingredients and how much work you're willing to do for a meal delivery program. HelloFresh and plated are perhaps safe, but they're sometimes very unclear. You do have to sometimes really follow up with some phone calls to each of them. I have used plated on a number of occasions, and I do really enjoy them and feel I feel very comfortable with everything that has been sent to me. But there are definitely some snags in their online code that you do need to double check on sometimes. Sunbasket offers a disclaimer that although there is great care taken to ensure all the ingredients are gluten-free, they are prepared in a shared facility. So again, you know your sensitivity. I have ordered from Sunbasket on a number of occasions now, and I have never had an incident. But again, my comfort level might not be the same as yours. So make sure you're always choosing what you feel is best for your family. So for instance, with Plated or HelloFresh, the recipe is tagged as gluten-free, but if you look in the ingredients that are listed here, you'll see there's soy sauce, which usually does contain soy. So when you call customer service, they only had access to the full meal online label, not the individual ingredients. So it sometimes is a little bit difficult to track down some of the fine-tuned labeling. Tara's Kitchen. If you see a gluten-free tag, great caution was taken to ensure a safe meal. All of the meals are carefully labeled, and all ingredients are packaged in individual sealed containers and segregated during prep and storage to prevent contamination. So Tara's Kitchen, when you know it's saying it's gluten-free, it is really legitimately gluten-free. They also have a validated cleaning practice in place to sanitize all areas. There is no cross-contamination occurring in their kitchen. So Tara's Kitchen, at least you know that you can truly eat comfortably on a gluten-free package. So taking a fee breakdown by service, Tara's Kitchen, you pay per serving. There's it's usually $9.99 to $15.99 per serving, and there's a minimum of a $62.99 value per order. So it is a hefty price tag per week. But again, if you know that you really don't feel like having to worry about planning for meals for the week, Tara's Kitchen does it all for you. And then you could just fill in with your snacks or other things that you need just to kind of hold you over, your milk for the breakfast morning and all of that kind of stuff. And at least you know dinners are completely taken care of for 3 nights a week or whatever you're choosing. HelloFresh, the cost is based on the number of meals you are choosing per week. So for instance, their family plan, you can get 2 meals per week for 4 people at $80 essentially per week. The classic plan is 3 meals per week for 2 people, and it comes out to about $80 a week. Blue Apron, the cost is based again on the number of meals that you're choosing per week. Their family plan, there is 2 meals per week for 4 people, and it comes to about $72 a week. And their classic plan is 3 meals per week for 2 people, and it comes to about $60 a week. So again, that's as I said, 3 meals for only 2 people. So it depends again how much you are willing to commit to it, how many nights, how many people. I know that whenever I have ordered, I usually choose for the 2 people, and I just get it essentially for my husband and myself. And then my children just kind of pick off of it, and I fill in with something that's a little bit more kid-friendly possibly for them. But again, it depends on, you know, your kids, if they're going to be willing to possibly have some of these more fancier, if you will, meal choices than others. The bottom line, you always need to check food labels. You never can assume a food or a meal is gluten-free just because the label says it is. And when you have questions, make sure you always ask them when you are in doubt on something about the ingredients or choices being offered. And make sure you're always your own advocate. So thank you very much. If you have any further questions about this, you can email Vanessa Weisbrod always at vweisbrod@childrensnational.com. Or you can also always follow up with me, Joanna McMahon, at jmcmahon@childrensnational.org. My email address is also listed on the first page of this. I will make sure that this is attached with the presentation and the slides available for you as well. And please feel free to always follow up with any questions you have about any of this and come visit us in the clinic. So we hope you have a great day and a happy new year, and we hope to see you all in the clinic soon. Thanks so much.